Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing for today's preview and prediction of Filip El Animal Hrgovic versus Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. Now this fight is a change-up. It was originally supposed to be Dillian Whyte versus Joe Joyce, and this is the debut show for Queensbury on the Zone. So we ended up with what, in my opinion, is a better fight. So without further ado, let's get into this. So firstly, Filip Hrgovic is 17-1. He has 14 knockouts and his one loss was by stoppage. That was on his feet though, obviously, to Daniel Dubois in the 8th round in his very last fight. He's 6'6", no registered reach here, but it's about 80 to 82 inches. Orthodox, he's from Croatia. So he's been trundling along through his career, fighting not the best opponents. A lot of guys wouldn't fight him. He had a lot of trouble getting a final eliminator for the IBF. Everybody turned him down, and then Zhang jumped in the ring with him. He won that fight. It was a close fight. It was a unanimous decision, but I don't think it was a robbery. I just thought it was tight. After that, he fought Dempsey McKean and struggled with him until the very last round. He managed to stop him, and then he's fought Mark Demori. No comment needed. So, of course, then he fought Daniel Dubois and lost his IBF mandatory spot. And yeah, here we are. Now he's going to be taking on Joe Joyce. Now, the Juggernaut is 16-3. He has 15 KOs. Two of his 3 losses are by knockout. His most recent loss was to Derek Chisora on points, where he did sit on his wallet later in the fight as well. So, is he past his best? I'm not sure. Anyways, Joe Joyce is another guy at 6'6". He's orthodox. He's getting a bit long in the tooth at the moment. He's 38? So he's getting up there. He's got an 80-inch reach, and we know the Juggernaut. All through his career, he'd been walking through punches, using his chin, and it's starting to take effect. We saw him cracked twice by Zhili Zhang, and he's not as stable on his feet with Derek Chisora dropping him. So this will be the last throw of the dice for Joe. I think if he doesn't win this one, he's got to hang him up. But Filip Hrgovic, coming off that devastating loss to Daniel Dubois, it's an interesting fight. It's a very, very interesting fight. How much has Joe Joyce got left? And what kind of fighter is Filip Hrgovic going to be after taking his first loss? How's he going to recover? So some thoughts on how I think this fight is going to go. I'll start from the end and just tell you, I think Hrgovic's going to win. I'm going to pick him for an early stoppage, 1-4, but that's just the result. How it's going to happen. Filip Hrgovic is a much better boxer than Joe Joyce. And some of the things he's been saying lately, he's looking at trying to go back to his boxing rather than searching for one big shot. However, the one big shot's always there, isn't it? But it's easier to find if you're using your jab and your boxing. He's got a much better jab than Joe. What Joe does have for him, going for him, and always has, his persistence and his determination. He's not the best boxer. He's slow as a wet week. He really should have lost earlier in his career for his skill set, but he's persistent. Whereas Filip Hrgovic has some really good power, has really good chin. He's a decent boxer. He had a good amateur career as well. He's already fought Joe in in the amateurs. I think a couple, 3 times. The one I saw, I think, in the World Series of Boxing, Joyce won it on points according to the cards, but I watched the fight. I thought Hrgovic won it. So we'll see what happens. Joyce is right up there in age now. He's 39. Can he still bring that gas tank that he's renowned for? Maybe. Against somebody who's as skillful and as powerful as Filip Hrgovic, I'm not so sure. So I think Hrgovic's going to boss the first 8 if it goes that far, and it's potentially he could gas out a bit. I think he's got a good enough chin and enough skills to last the rest of the distance. If Joyce is going to win this fight, it's going to have to be by knockout, and I think it's going to have to be late on if Hrgovic tires. So we'll see how well trained he was. I think he's only had 5 weeks notice or something like that. This is a replacement fight, remember, so I'm not sure whether he was training prior to getting the call for this fight or not, but he was posting pictures of him running in the snow the day after it was confirmed. So let's go. This is a juicy fight. Best of luck to both men. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. That's all from me for now. Stay tuned. There will be other videos coming out for another juicy fight this weekend. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you!